you on sports, and you're listening to Thomas Lois, a 200 level psychology student of Babcock University. And we are here to talk about a topic, the menace of pollution on education, the menace of pollution on education. And to go into this topic, we have to break it into the key concepts. We have to look into the key concepts of this topic. And the three key concepts we have in this topic are menace, pollution, and education. Menace, pollution, and education. And we'll have to get the definitions of this concept in this topic. Now, menace, according to Oxford Dictionary, is a thing or a person that is likely to cause a harm or a threat to the environment. I take it again. A thing or a person that is likely to cause a threat or a harm to the environment. Now, pollution. Pollution, according to Oxford Dictionary, is the introduction of a substance that has a negative effect to the environment. Now, education, as we can simply define in our own way, is the systematic process of giving or acquiring knowledge, usually in a school environment, like the secondary, the primary, or the tertiary, as the case may be, Babcock in the instance. Thank you. Now, let's get into the topic. We have seen the definitions of this concept, and we can deduce that from these definitions, this pollution is a negative effect, and then menace too is a negative effect. Now, what are the pollution sources, what are the pollution factors you can see in our school environment today? Now, you just had that sound. That is a noise pollution. If you were to be listening or be in a study environment, you were to be in a classroom, and you heard that loud sound, it causes a distraction. Yes, and that is a negative effect. Now, most of the time we look at other factors of pollution like air, like water pollution, air pollution, and all that, but we do not look into the that very factor that is majorly affecting and beating us so much in the school system. Now, that is noise, and that is what we'll have to be looking and deliberating more of the noise factor. That is it. You can hear that it causes interference. You will even hardly hear me. Now, most of the times you'll see some school structures and school buildings situated at places that you cannot get any effect, any positive effect of learning. And now a teacher is teaching, and then a school is very close like this to an environment, to a busy road where cars and everything are passing, and then you just cannot concentrate. Now tell me how the learning will be effective. Even the teaching it as well will not be effective, because that is a negative interference. You know, this is one of the causes of noise pollution in the school environment. And for us to this, for us to look into this, it is not a one-man squad attack. It is something that everyone has to get involved in. It is something that both the governments, the ministries of education, the principals, everyone, even the students, all of us have a major role to play. Even the parents, because if you are not directly involved in the school system, somehow you are involved. You can be indirectly, because if you have a child, if you have a brother or someone who is in the school system, and then it's been affected by noise, it's been affected by different sources of pollution, you know, you wouldn't be happy if the person is not able to go to school and acquire the knowledge that he or she has been sent there to acquire. And so that is why every one of us had to get involved in curbing the menace of pollution in education. Now, I visited a school, I was passing by an environment, and then I saw a school very, very, very close to a very busy road. And then I was just wondering, how can this impact, how can this give a positive effect in learning? I mean, because every single thing, every single activity that is done in the environment, the students are distracted. And this is not just good, like I've said, this is not good for learning. And you also can testify to that it is not good for learning. Now, having seen the effect and the impact it has on the school system, how can we curb, how can we stop this menace, how can we help to, what approach can we take to stop this menace. Now, noise. Sorry, I did not define that concept. Noise. Noise is a loud sound which is usually not comfortable, usually not accepted by the system. More especially when it is not needed. Okay, the sound is loud, and then it is not needed at that particular time. Most times you go into environments that are loud, that has sounds that are loud. For example, when you get to party, you will not be bothered about the sound, because that is what you have prepared to go for. That is the sound, the kind of sound that you are prepared, that you have dressed up to go for. But then when you are in a school environment, it will not be allowed, because your senses, your brain, your system is not going to adapt to it, because it negates what it is there to do. All right, let's go into the approaches to curb this. Now, I think the government now has to play a part here, bringing up policies for school structures. There should be policies guiding places that schools and structures for schools are supposed to be situated, that are supposed to be sited. Okay, you don't just wake up and then any environment you see, you raise a school building there just because, yes, you're out to make money. That is if it is a private. Most times even we see some government institutions situated in inappropriate places, inappropriate sites. I think the government has to look into this and then give policies that will guide the places that an individual, for the private parts aspect now, there are places that they are supposed not to build schools, so that this noise and everything will not affect learning. Okay, now the second approach that can be used, it is one thing to stipulate a policy, it is one thing to bring up a policy, and then another thing to bring those who will guide it. Because believe me, it is not everyone that will be very out to walk according to policy, or to go according to policy. And so when the government brings up these policies, there should be people that are to guide those policies to ensure that people are operating according to these policies. Okay, now that's two. And another one is in the aspect of students, because most times you go to environments, and that is now where external noise comes to play, because most times you go to school and then you see students wired, and even this wiring, it is so loud, the earphones are so loud that even the person next to them can hear the song or whatever thing that they are listening to, not knowing that this causes damage to them. Yes, they will not really feel it as noise because it is coming from them, because what we're able to learn is that noise from a person is not always felt. Okay, it's not always felt like that is coming from the external environment. And so there should be policies from the school systems, from the principals, the VCs, and everyone, the management, to try to curb students, to try to correct students on plugs, on earphones and everything, because this damage their auditory canals, this affect them, and which can lead to memory loss and all those negative effects. So students should be checked. There should be laws or guidelines to ensure that they, even when they are plugged, they don't just use it to negatively affect their auditory canal, the auditory tracts. Okay, the medical students can get that. Thank you. All right. The next one is in schools there should be psychologists, because most times you see students passing through a lot of stress from internal noise factors which are thought. For example, you're in a class, a student in a class having a low GP, you're thinking about this, you're thinking about the problems at home, the calls that mom, dad are given, a lot of problems, and then maybe you're in a hostel, your roommate is giving you issues, and then you come to class, you are faced with all those troubles and all these problems, which would not even let you concentrate in the class or in the school section. Okay, there should be psychologists who will check on the students and make sure that they come to them and tell them what their problem is, instead of letting them live in those troubles, and it affects their memory, it affects them so much that they can't even participate or do well in academic programs. Okay, there should be psychologists, in essence, that will help guide the students. And then before you do all these things as well, you have to create an awareness. Now that is the other point. Now the other approach, there should be awareness, and public awareness, private awareness, or whatever you can call it, awareness in any sort, so that people will get to know the effects of this noise, because this noise factor, this pollution factor is eating up deeply in the school system, even without the knowledge of the students and every member of the institution. Okay, and so you have to create an awareness and let them know these are the things that noise causes, and these are the factors, these are how it can be stopped, so that people will be motivated. Okay, people will know what you're actually talking about, and they know how to join you, because like I said initially, there's not a one-man squad attack. It is what everyone has to get into, and for everyone to be into the system, for everyone to be into the approach, you have to let them know, you have to tell them this is this and this is that, this is the effect, this is what you can do, and this is how we can tackle it and be free from the negative effect of it. Okay, and then there should be researches. Okay, researchers that researchers have to go into this factor, and then know the progress of all these approaches that has been taken, and then communicate this results to people, because most times there are people that will not want to work with you or do what you've asked them to do until they have seen a result of what you're talking about. And so for such people, it is very, very necessary that you get this result of the approaches that has been taken, and the effects they have brought into the system, communicate to them, and then they will be motivated to, okay, that this is actually effective and I have to join. This is what this approach has done. This is the long run, the long way it has gone in helping to stop this problem. And then some people will be motivated to, like, okay, I have to join, I have to do my own part, I have to play my own role. I mean, I think with this approaches, we can go a long way covering the problem of noise, right? So that we students' memory can get back to normal, and then they do the things they're supposed to do in their academic and all of that. Alright, so we'll have to be stopping here for now, and for time's sake, so that I won't bore you so much, we'll have to stop now to see you soon. Once again, it is Thomas Lois Chinalo. Have a good time, and please don't forget to play your part. Don't forget to carry this message along, so that there will be a result, a positive result.
Alright, now here are some researches I made reference to during the course of the study, and they range from local to international research on the adverse effects of pollution on individuals and the society at large, and most of them are at the approaches to this effect. Okay, we'll have the Punch News talking about the problems people are suffering from, the hearing loss people are suffering from, which is as a result of the mindset of people seeing noise as a normal thing, or as what they are immune to. Okay, this is even showing that some people make noise not knowing that it is noise per se. Okay, and these people you can see in the market shouting or calling attention to their products. You also get it from the sirens of the armed forces, like the policemen and so on, or that of important government functionaries, okay, which you most of the time see around us, and some, the rudely ones and the always seen ones, the notorious ones, are the riders with their sorts of noises, okay, and this all contributes to environmental noise, which has adverse effects on human health. Now, another one is the research of World Health Organization, WHO, which shows the rapid growth of